Well, San Antonio Pride is at it again. The crosswalk. That's Angela. I'm Hector. We're going to
Hi.
hop right into this session today. San Antonio Pride, more specifically, James Poindexter, the Secretary of San Antonio Pride, here in San Antonio, Texas, has started the bloviating again. First, the crosswalk, our rights, war-torn country.
Yeah.
Am I missing one? They're coming after us. They're putting us in camps. We're deported. You name it, it's gonna happen to us. Specifically, me being a self-hating gay
Yeah.
and a bigot. That
Aren't
makes
you
you a
setting us
self-hating gay,
back?
also.
Aren't you setting us back 50 years or so?
Yes. I was
Basically.
told today. I was told today that I'm a self-hating bigot, and people like me are setting the gay community back 50 years. Um,
Did you use the comment though, the one that just drives straight to the heart of the matter, but still?
but still, I didn't yet. I haven't used that yet. I think that's going to be my um, the final rebuttal that I have whenever
Still.
we get to that point. But still, um, so they're still bitching about the crosswalks. They're going to get ripped up. Thankfully, about damn time. The state dragged their feet long enough on this. Supposed to be up by January 15th. Now they're transitioning over to notice transitioning over to sidewalks. They want to put the rainbow on the sidewalks. It's city property. I still don't think it's right. That's a fight for another day. Um, what I want to talk about in a little more detail is the Pride organization post San Antonio Pride posted a Facebook post on their organization's page about gay marriage. A Waco judge is going after gay marriage and wants to take it to Supreme Court. Blah blah blah. Same story. Same song, different dance, or same dance, different song, whatever. Basically, it's a nothing burger. But they're saying again, our rights, our rights, our rights. And I hopped on the page and where I said, what I usually say, and I'll post the photos and screenshots after the show today. But the Pride organization, apparently, I don't know who it was within the Pride organization, is the one that called me a bigot and called me a self-hating gay and said that people like me are setting us back 50 years. I would really like to know who within the Pride organization called me that. I know who it was, but I would really
Yeah,
like for
for
them to
sure.
have the testicular fortitude to come forward and put a name to their keyboard warrior stuff. And I don't think it's becoming of an organization, specifically a nonprofit organization, that allegedly facilitates the needs of the many to let the
The
many facilitate
entire
the needs. Or,
community.
yes, you know,
Community.
their motto. Do you remember what the motto or their facilitating the needs of many so that they can
Yeah,
facilitate the needs of the community or some
it's all bullshit.
bullshit like that.
It's all
Um,
bullshit anyway.
at the end of the day, they're benefiting themselves. I think it's high time, and I
Anything to keep
posted
the
this.
money rolling in.
You know, I think this organization could be a very good organization if it was run correctly, and I think that these people who are running it are number one out of touch with reality.
I bet they're all old white people.
There's a few brown people in there.
Yeah.
Well, Minda and Philip are both brown, I believe. I think the rest are white people, and I think the average age is probably 75.
I mean, honestly, race has nothing to do with it. And the only reason
No,
I bring it up is because a lot of you see it all over the place. These liberals who happen to be white are advocating for, um, the victims
mhm.
of uh, non-liberal society, and it just sounds like something right up their alley.
The post that they made um, isn't getting the attention they expected. I think the masses, especially here in San Antonio, are
Tired of it.
tired of it. Every other day, you see Poindexter, crying on the news or crying on a Facebook post or something like that, and it's exhausting. The people are tired of it. I think that the LGBTQ community deserves better leadership within that organization.
Agreed.
I think they deserve leadership in that organization. At this point, I think they are serving their own self-interests, and he has dug his feet so far in that he can't dig his way out for obvious reasons. Um, and it's to the point that I don't understand why anybody would donate to this organization. They have become,
Isn't there
and one of
another
our
Pride organization in San Antonio?
there is, it's the Pride Center.
Oh, okay.
It's a different entity. Um, but I don't understand why anybody would donate to this organization knowing that they they're out for their own self-interest right now. They're not out for the community. If they were out for the community, whenever we invited them on to have a conversation with us about the
Talk,
community,
just did nothing else but to talk about the organization, spread information about the organization. They won't do it.
we were turned down at least, well, we were ignored 6, 7 times,
Most
turned
of the
down
time.
officially, what, 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
It so kind of transitioning back to the crosswalk thing, they keep blowing it up as the bully, Greg Abbott, is coming after the LGBT community.
Is he no longer? They're no longer calling him Hot Wheels.
No, that was Cumbrella that called him that. Um, Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
Um, she or they them Caesar, the
Zim Zam,
community.
Flim Flam,
Um, the community has
uh, the community.
the Pride organization has doubled down on their um, Abbott is a bully. He's coming after our rights. He's setting us back. Blah blah blah. What they failed to mention is there were two crosswalks in Corpus Christi, Texas. Neither one of them were LGBTQ associated or IA or Two Spirit. None of that. They were all
They,
one.
Greg
One
Abbott hates
was,
Corpus Christi,
well, there was another in Lubbock that a Buddy Holly
and he
crosswalk
hates Buddy Holly,
that was
obviously.
that was taken away. So he Corpus
We'll
Christi
provide the
folk,
links to that info
yeah.
later.
So the fact that they're coming out with this, oh, he's a homophobe coming after the gay community, is utter and complete bullshit. The text.code, which we will also provide, is clear and explicit, and I guess leaves no ambiguity. Ooh, wow, where'd that word come from? And
Who are you?
the fact that these people, and I use people very, very loosely, maybe they're loose people, um, want to make it about them, and they're just the cross, like they have to have this rainbow to identify them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so there's a theory that's been bounced around. I've read about it, and it kind of makes sense to me. And it's basically um, when gay people started fighting for their rights back in the 60s,
Mhm.
70s, 80s, 90s, whenever. Um, we had a need. There was a need. We were not treated equally under the law. And uh, it was codified or ruled. I don't know what they're calling them, laws or rules now. Um,
That Don
that
Lemon knows.
yeah, that prevented us from having this equality that everyone else in the United States has. Every citizen has. Uh, we have it. We gained it. Honestly, I think the last, and this is a very, very big generalization, the last big hurdle was marriage equality, and that was taken care of. We got that.
10
Uh,
years ago, right? Was
yeah,
about
it's
10 years
three
ago.
2015, I think it was.
Yeah.
And the theory moving forward is that these organizations that were there all of a sudden found themselves without a fight. And without a fight, there was no money coming in
Hmm.
to keep these organizations afloat. So they had to come up with them, and part of it, come up with a fight and ask for donations. And the only way they can do that is to keep searching out victims. Uh, and I have no idea if this Pride organization falls under that designation, but we have equal rights. What's the point? Great. We got a community center. We can come together. Great. Do we? Do we come together? No, it doesn't seem that way because you are described as a self-hating gay, setting us back 50 years. You're a big blah
Bigot.
blah blah, and I've been called the same. Um, I, I I I don't understand what the purpose of this is. I get it. There are going to be people that don't like us because we're gay, we're Hispanic, we're from Texas, blah blah
We're
blah blah.
assholes.
Well, yes, it doesn't matter. There will always be that.
Right.
But to pin it on, to pin this crosswalk, specifically this crosswalk bullshit on Greg Abbott being a homophobe, no, it's it's bullshit. They can go pound sand.
The the idea that you said, about them needing a different fight, needing a different fight, I think they're slowly transitioning into that fight being now the transitioning of children,
Yeah,
and that's their new fight. you know Gay marriage, it's here. Yeah, you're going to have a few people who are going to try to, whatever they're
yeah.
wasting their time, effort, money, all that stuff. It's not going anywhere. And so now they're pivoting to something else because they're not happy with equality. It's all about superiority.
It's
This whole
it's very narcissistic behavior as well. Very narcissistic um, and sociopathic at points behavior and a mentality of what about me? What about me? Where's mine? When do I get
yep,
what me?
the idea that they're
And
not
wrapping
allowed to
it
have.
in sorry,
No, no,
I
no, go
was going to
ahead.
say, and wrapping it in this um, around this package of uh, or dressing it up in wrapping paper that we're doing it for the community, all these
Yeah.
victims out there. Bullshit. Bullshit.
And
I,
the
I didn't
fact
buy
that
that for a
they're
second.
they're ripping up this rainbow crosswalk as well as the others shows that, what, we're equal. You're getting
Yes,
treated
well,
like an equal.
that's what it's
We're
about.
not targeting you. We are going after the Buddy Holly one. We're going after the colors in Corpus Christi. One
You,
looks like a wave, and then others are like blue and green. But
as a recommendation, I would say to these people who are all got their panties in a twist, sit with it for about 5 years and see what it feels like. We wanted it, we got it, enjoy it, and sit with it, and just enjoy what the fight was all about. The fight was equality. It's not the journey. In this case, it's not the journey. The journey's gone. The journey's over. We've reached the goal. Enjoy it. Enjoy your win.
the fact that, 50 years ago ish or so, people did have, literally die
Yeah,
for where we are now. And thank you to them for that, for the fight that they did have to
and
go through. But we
respect
don't have
their
to do that.
fight. Right. Respect their sacrifice. This is what we did for them, or this is what they did for us. Respect it. Don't shit on it. Don't say,
Yep.
"Oh yeah, great." Oh, but Stonewall, Stonewall. Yeah, fuck off.
We need more.
Yeah.
We're equal, but now we have to have more. Like, we want our crosswalk. I'm sorry, you can't have it. It doesn't follow the rules or the laws. Well, you're a homophobe.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense. And I really like the fact that there are a lot more people like you and I that are coming out and coming out of the closet and speaking against these people, and they're ultra, I guess,
Ultra
gay.
victimhood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even, it's not even anything associated with being gay. Like, because I know a lot of people are that aren't like that. They're just, I guess that's the best way is that ultra victimhood. They're just another way for them to play the victim, for them to have that, I need the spotlight on me. I need to be, center of attention, and I'm gonna whine, bitch, cry, and moan until I get it.
Yeah. And then when I either get shut down, it just proves that I'm a victim. So I'm going to dig my heels in
I'm gonna
more.
double down on it. Yep.
Or when you get your rights, when you get your equality, what do? You look around and go, okay, well, I'm a victim of this now.
The funny thing is, you can go to all the gay bars and things like that, and you see that there's a lot less people at those establishments, but you also go to like places where mainly straight couples hang out, you see a lot more gay couples there. You know why?
Because
Because nobody cares.
nobody cares.
Just go
I
have
get it.
fun. Spend
I
your
get it.
money.
I get it. I get it. We used to need to have our own places. For some reason, they became bars, but uh, we don't anymore. We don't. That's what we don't.
Um, we're hoping to get an update on the crosswalk and kind of when exactly it's going to be
Should do a live
removed.
shot for it.
If we have notice on it, something tells me they're going to do it just on a whim to avoid protests and all that other kind of stuff. Something
Ooh,
tells me they're just going to.
I just thought of this. So, and I think I've seen the mayor called out. The mayor's a lesbian. The mayor's gay, but I think she's tired of it too. I
Uh-huh.
think. I mean, I'm not a fan of hers at all. I did not
No.
vote for her. And unless something changes, I probably never will. It has nothing to do with her being a lesbian or a female. It's because I don't like her. I don't think she would be a good mayor. Anyway, moving forward,
And she's proving that.
that, well, in this case, I think she looks at the bigger picture and
Hmm.
says, I can't sacrifice millions of dollars of um, uh, uh,
Of
road
funding.
money for
Yeah.
our roads, funding for our roads for what is it, for 2.4% or 4% of
If
the population or
if even
less.
that. Yeah.
And that's the estimate that I've read is 4% of the population of San Antonio identifies as gay. And of that 4%, less than half give a shit.
Hmm.
Um, but she's looking at it and saying, I'm responsible for the entire freaking city
I'm the mayor of San Antonio, not the mayor of the gay
of
community.
A Town.
Yep.
So if I go ahead and say, hey, yeah, we'll keep our, how wide is the street? 56 feet, 56, 56, 56 feet, 56 times four, worth of rainbow paint, um, in exchange, losing all these millions of dollars for the rest of the city. I'm not going to do it.
Hmm.
It doesn't make sense.
And it's a wise move.
I'm a fan of that.
So we are going to try to hopefully get a heads up on it. I would definitely like to be there live, or at least get footage of it happening. Be down there in person to get it happening. We may not go on live, but if we can figure out when it's going to be, and I'm sure if they announce it, there's going to be protests. There's going to be people.
Like any war torn third world
Yeah.
country.
Um, but again, uh, I would advise the public to do your homework on this. Don't just listen to what we're saying, and don't just
Right.
listen to
Absolutely.
what the Pride organization or Pride San Antonio Pride is saying. Um, do some research on it. We'll put the links at the end of this. three other crosswalks, at least three other crosswalks with filed for exemptions. They were denied, and you don't hear their cities saying that Abbott is a beach phobe or
or a Buddy
Holly
Holly
phobe,
phobe.
setting the city back 50 years. These people again, and I don't think I can overstate this enough. I think that the San Antonio Pride organization is outdated. The people are outdated. The leaders in that organization are outdated, and they got to go. They got to go. They're doing nothing to mend this community. They're doing nothing to bring this community together. Um,
And I think any organization has to reflect, any public organization like that. Or I don't. It's not. I think it's a private 501c. I don't know what's designated. I know it's a 501c.
mhm.
Um, but
Who doesn't know where their accountant is apparently?
yeah, that was fun. Um, the You would want to stay current.
Right.
You know, I don't know how long the people occupying the seats of the offices of that esteemed organization have been there. But
I've
maybe
been
it's
associated with the Pride softball league for since 2017, and in that time it's been the same board.
yeah. I would
So
think that they should,
y- a little
turn.
turnover, maybe add somebody with a differing view on, just if nothing else, just to have that different opinion.
Yeah,
Don't live
we're
in
not even talking
in
about
an echo
softball.
chamber.
Yeah, we're not even talking about softball. We're talking
No,
about the organization, the umbrella
right.
organization.
I'll be honest with you, the softball organization changed over leadership every few years,
Yeah,
and it's done well in doing that. But the parent organization has been the same folks at least for 8 years, 8+ years now, and it's been the same message all the time. I'm a victim.
STFU.
Yeah, if you don't shut the fuck up, fall in line, and support this community, you're out.
Then you're a bigot. You're a phobe. You're an ist.
Self-hating gay,
All
it's
those things.
it's all the name calling. It's disgusting, and
It's sad. It's
they're
pathetic.
they're what they've put their blood, sweat, and tears into has turned into a place for them to push their own agenda,
Yeah.
and something's got to change. They don't care about the whole
No.
LGBT
No.
community,
Just the ones they deem acceptable.
the sheep,
Yeah.
the
It's
ones who
like
will blindly follow.
it, yeah, it would be as if for our esteemed organization here at Right Side Pride Podcast, we only want certain kinds of viewers. How many thousands would we lose if we did that? And
I
we
have
don't. We want everyone. You got a voice that you want to talk about, something that we don't agree with. Come on and talk about it.
our producer and I have gotten into it many times. She usually wins, but
I stay out of that. I just do what she tells me.
with every organization, I think going back to your point, within every organization, at some point in time, you need change. You need a different voice
Mhm.
in order to, number one, to keep that organization up with the time.
And stay
And
relevant.
and now it's the same song and dance every year with these people. And I for one can't wait to see their blood, sweat, and tears get ripped up whenever that Roy G. Biv gets torn off the roadway.
Roy G. Biv.
The rainbow. On that note,
On that note, oh, look at my earrings.
those
Christmas
are those are lovely. It's not Christmas yet though.
snowman.
Um, Thank you for your time. Thank you
Yes,
for your attention to this
get
matter,
ready. Yes.
and we will see you on the next one. Make sure that you are all going to remain
Good humans.